I'm here today with the amazing Clarke from healingwithgratitude.com. This house that we're sitting in right now, and I don't know if it's clear in the background, is an ocean front view. There's nothing in front of us and the ocean. We are in one of the most expensive cities in the world, and Lori manifested this house when they were on the verge of bankruptcy. So this is abundance in many forms, because they didn't have the money to buy this house, but she said, I want an oceanfront home. And a yard. And a yard, which she has a huge, like there's a forest here. And the universe brought it to her for a crazy price as a rental from a friend who knew somebody. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about abundance. We're talking about, you don't need to have the money. You don't need to have the budget or be able to afford it or any of those limiting parameters that we put on abundance. We're not just talking about a dollar value coming into your bank account. We're talking about the whole spectrum of abundance and the whole wealth picture about what makes you wealthy. Okay, so for today, what we're going to focus on, and Lori's here to help us with, is if your channel is open and the river can flow and wash you in abundance, you will be covered, you will be surrounded by abundance.
Yeah.
But we do things to choke that flow and narrow and sometimes even stop that channel, that flow of abundance.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those things.
In the moment, I think one of the really important things to note is the situation that I was in, I was content.
Gratitude.
So I was sitting there along with my husband going, we have a beautiful place. It would be really wonderful if we could have this.
Okay, I have to stop you because that's been the story of my life. I have to admit, I haven't sat in enough gratitude and actually, but underlying that, why was I not sitting in gratitude when I was saying, and I want this? It's because I had a belief that if I am content with what I have, I won't create the energy needed to strive
to move forward
and make the next piece happen.
Yeah.
And I won't have the motivation.
Right.
Why would I want to get my dream home by the ocean if I'm happy where I am? I'll just stay where I am.
Yeah.
So do you know what set me free?
Me? No, just kidding.
Aside from that, you and the realization that fun is as motivating a force
Absolutely.
as stress. I hate this, I can't stand this, I can't take it anymore. My motivators had all been coming from the negative. And yeah, they're very strong, they're very powerful, but saying, I want to have that because it would be so much fun.
Okay, so next important point. Oftentimes as entrepreneurs, you see the vision, you just don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
And a vision freaks you out because you've seen a glimpse. So, and then it becomes this weird cycle of unrest. Oh, I see that. Well, how do I get there?
And I'm here.
And I'm here. And I'm here.
Keep choking, narrowing, constricting.
So what you believe is what pushes you forward.
Yeah.
What you believe becomes the action in which you live. So if you rest in contentment, listen to your passion, identify your dream, and say, I'm just open, allowing, yielding to the moment, whatever will be. Then the universe has a chance to go, good, and pull you forward.
Right. So I would say you rest in the moment.
Rest.
I'm in gratitude for what I have.
Gratitude.
I'm in contentment for what I have.
Yeah.
When you say whatever will be, I feel that's like a form of surrender to, let's get a little bit woo-woo here, your divine purpose here on earth. I think we have to go there.
Well, Yeah, like your passion. What were
Your
What were
passion.
you made?
You're not
To
here to just cook and clean every day for 80
Aw,
years and then die.
sister.
You're here to do exciting, fun,
Yes.
awesome things that
Vibrant.
uplift everybody on this planet. So let's just call that. So let's say, so contentment. Contentment feels to me like I've settled. Gratitude feels to me like I can say, I'm really grateful for what I have, and I'm really going to be happy when I get here. I'm really grateful for what I have, and that is going to be so exciting, and I really want to call that into being, and I'm really going to be super gratitude when I get there. Is that okay? Does that sound, am I saying the same thing you're saying, but we're just using different words?
You're saying, but the word contentment,
Yeah.
describe contentment again to me.
Settling.
Yes, no. That's not what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
Because that's your thing.
Yes.
That is not my thing. It's her thing. We're all on a journey, right? So everybody's got their thing. Contentment is being anxious for nothing. Whilst I was content,
Yes.
I still had this ability to say, if it's in the cards, I'm going forward.
Right.
But my motivation wasn't unrest. It was gratitude. It was fun. It was thank you for what I have today.
Yeah.
Not striving for the next day because we can see and we're like, it doesn't look very good over there. You're not worrying.
Okay.
You're not striving.
Okay.
You are not in a position where you're saying, I have to be content. Because that's going to be like, yeah, and I'm not.
Yeah.
You're in a position of, I am content because I know the woo-woo, divine purpose, or why I'm here, and I'm going to let it happen, and I will be anxious for nothing. Because my very need is provided for today. Because contentment can come in when you look down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, next week I need. Then you shift into, fear, anxiety, worry. It cramps. Now where can abundance flow? Part of being content is every day accessing the balance.
Right.
The balance. I'm choosing balance. Because contentment, if it's on that side, where it turns into, I just don't know, da-da-dee-da-doo. Well, what's going to happen there? Nothing's going to sort of move.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're content and you're striving, well then that's not good either, because that's in balance.
Mm-hmm.
So in everything, there's a moderation, and everything there is a balance. What your balance is, you know. And your intuition to say, I'm not in balance. I'm checking. Oh, okay, I'm striving. I really am. This goal thing is great, but I'm in unrest.
It's true, because if you're in unrest and striving and you're not in balance, it is going to take you forever, double, triple, quintuple the amount of time to actually accomplish that goal, as if you went, stop, get myself back in balance.
The name of love.
Get myself back in center.
That's right.
My kid is sick. She's vomiting everywhere. I am not getting anything done this week. Surrender and get into balance. And then when your child is healthy, boom, you knock it out in 3 days.
Yep.
As opposed to resistance, striving. Your child is not cared for emotionally because they know you're resenting them taking up so much of your time and space, it's all just going to keep snowballing into crappiness. But if you do what you said and you just always check your balance meter, how am I doing? Am I balanced?
And you need to ask yourself too, is there balance in me working 16 hours a day? And really, like, so Dave, my husband, says, look, when I'm home, I'm unplugged. And he'll usually give me the heads up in the day and say, oh, I need to work a little bit tonight. And I'll say, great, so do I. Mm-hmm. And then we set a time. Okay, what are you thinking? Is it an hour or two? What are you doing? Yeah. And then usually we're able to balance that with each other. So not one of us is sitting there going, I just want to give you. Because imbalance creates relational tension, which then creates resentment on the children or the spouse. And you know what that does? That totally screws up your forward movement.
Yeah.
Because now that chokes the spirit in which it's happening. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a very key. You're not asking for complete unity in what you're trying to do and you're trying to achieve, but you are required to be a balanced human.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.